everyone, welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm DK.
I'm Rizzo.
And I'm Zero, and today in Anime Reaction, we're watching the first episode of Isekai was Smartphone to Tomo ni.
Well, at least you pronounced smartphone correctly. So, stuck in another world with my smartphone. I'm going to try to go into this with an open mind. I've never read the light novel series because I've always been told that it was shit.
It's official. Something that sounds this ridiculous is heralding the end of the Isekai's trend.
Yeah. Anyway, 3,
2,
1.
let's jam.
Huh.
I'm afraid you've died.
Damn, God has some wicked eyebrows, yo.
My bad.
Yeah, because your fucking eyebrows are in the way of your sight. He is handling this quite well. Man, what a very level-headed and reasonable approach to it all. Well, hey, it's better than the old 3-day wait period. Is this guy a saint?
Right? He is far too level-headed.
Whatever you do, don't ask for the hot goddess to accompany you. Yeah, you know, you kind of forget I'm God. So basically, this is going to be like a comic version of Gatekeepers 21. Aww. You have a divine hotline. That's pretty cool. That's it. Of all the things. Wealth, power, influence, women.
Well, he's gonna get that last one anyway.
This is a comic isekai series after all. Ooh, sick coat. It's like the antsy Kirito.
Right?
You wasted an unlimited wish.
On a smartphone!
You could have been a god!
Late reaction, but that stunned me.
Fair enough. Sakura, but why?
Bear.
I've seen my bear tippers. I played League of Legends once. It was awful. I met her bear tibbers. Explosion. I keep seeing her and I'm gonna have Geki take Kageki-dan stuck in my head. That'd be a good mashup with this opening too. Wow, quite the harem there. I see what you mean about getting the last one, Rizzo.
Oh, same clothes and everything? Lame. Pride Rock?
Call from God. Nice. Ah. Whoa!
Well, that's convenient.
Is he gonna be like the next like Craigslist like swapping millionaire? I forgot exactly what that story was called. Translation feature?
Well, it has a picture underneath, so it's easy enough to tell anyway.
That too. Wow! Whoa, 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 whoa! This is perversion.
With the face that he made in the changing room, I'm surprised he didn't invite him in to stay there. Creepy little...
Oh, so the map translates shit. Bruh! Bruh!
So who's creepier, that guy or the one in
That
Zero?
guy.
That guy definitely makes a strong case. Yahweh makes it creepier by default.
I need to add them to my harem.
He's already a badass, huh? Ah! Divine blessing. Very nice.
Unless something crazy happens.
Ow! Do you not see the big bag I'm holding suspiciously near my crotch? This sack is full, ladies.
Yay, twins.
Siblings.
At least one of them's not a trap.
Mm.
I hope. Oh, please don't let one be a trap.
Skillfully dodged.
course it is.
Convenient. Humming the theme. The little music sting. Love it. Innkeeper knows what's up. Aww.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah, sure. Seriously, give it back. You still have internet access.
Yeah, didn't you hear what God said?
You can still read things.
Read and watch things from his world.
If he has internet access, then he should be able to get Moogle Translate. Kupo?
Yeah, but will it actually work with this language?
Hand waving. Ooh. Horned wolf. Looks pretty cool. But you got money. It's the best weapon / superpower of all. Just ask Batman.
True.
One punch! That's a jutsu. Pasty! Pounding it from behind.
The hell?
Is that a horn in your pocket?
I'm just happy to see those sisters. Don't tell me. Oh, I was about to say. Don't tell me you lost it. Oh, a magic stamp. This is going far too smoothly.
Right? Oh my.
The wolves too. Ease up next time. Jeez. I only have so much vitamin E on me. She is the brains of the operation. Clearly. Oh, so modest.
Aw.
Multiclasser. How very sensible. Well, I do have a propensity for plot armor. I am a main character.
His aptitude? Harem protagonist.
Oh. Man, they're a lot bigger in Final Fantasy. Nature's beauty. That is also very convenient.
Let me guess, he's about to create the Great Flood.
Oh, God.
Well, the second Great Flood. I mean, he already met them.
Oh, my. Yep, well, say goodbye to that inn.
Should really be doing that elsewhere.
Not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. This is going way too smoothly. Maybe. There we go.
No lightning ones? I'm actually rather upset that there's no lightning ones.
Maybe she just doesn't have them on hand. Maybe that's it. Or not.
Boosto!
And she uses gauntlets. That's pretty cool, actually. Spell unique to only you. That's repetitive. Unique to just you. Here we go. Whoa.
You're too OP!
And the gate closes.
Guillotine.
That's it. End of anime. Oh, that's all? Aw, there's no lightning element.
That's because you are.
What the hell kind of name is Parent for a cafe? If it sounds foreign.
And now he's about to introduce them to Japanese dishes.
Yay.
Yeesh. Here we go. Ah. Gotcha. Parfait. Oh, even better.
What is this device?
He is far too excited looking at ice cream. So you can use offshoots. So if there's a lightning magic, it's probably an offshoot of wind magic or something. Ooh. And that day, their lives were changed forever. Just a really OP main character.
It's too easy. Everything was too easy.
Too smooth.
Oh, I don't have any money. Hey, I want to buy your clothes for a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, what? A basic fetch quest is 18 copper coins. A rare item like the girls sold was 1 silver coin.
Well, they were getting gypped out of it.
They were getting gypped, but still, I'd imagine that's a significant amount of money. And homeboy here for his clothes gets paid at, what, 5 gold? Or,
No, it was more than that.
Yeah.
I'd have to actually
A
go
bag
back
full-
and look, but it was at least 10, maybe 15 gold coins.
a whole bag of gold coins, which I assume is kind of like the big time currency here. Heh. But yeah, first day in the new world went way too smoothly.
Yeah. Then, the fact getting the power up from God, getting the being able to use all the magic.
Yeah, let's say a physical ability boost, the ability to use magic.
Not just magic, all kinds of magic.
Yeah, all magic. And his smartphone has an internet connection. Like, full on, still.
It's just too easy.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh, this was a thing.
It wasn't bad, though. Just...
It wasn't, awful. It was just...
Well, after watching and loving Isekai series like, say, Konosuba or Haito Granso no Grimgar, you kind of miss the initial and continuing struggles of the main character.
This is definitely the wish fulfillment. side of story making.
Yeah, our homeboy here is definitely a Gary Stu.
That's about all I can really think about. This is totally what I would want from if I was to actually get into a real world.
Yeah, the other thing, as Fanta says here, is that the protagonist is flat. He doesn't really have a personality. Like, even when he was accidentally killed by God, he's like, oh, well, shit happens.
Yeah, the human thing would be to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be making fun of God's eyebrows and interrupting his aim. Or interfering with his aim. Yeah, I was hoping he'd get killed and sent back to God at the very least during the alley fight. Or fucked up.
Right?
But, yeah.
I kept expecting something to put up, like, a barrier in his way, but
Nope.
it's just everything happened really easily.
I mean, if not a real, conflict, maybe something to work for. I didn't even get that feeling either. It's just him coming into the world, oh, I can do just about everything. I'm damn near perfect. I really don't know how to feel about this series because of that. Which is not to which is not to say it wasn't enjoyable, because it was. Too.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
Yeah, it wasn't like some, like say when we watched the Vatican one earlier this season.
That just turned me off.
Yeah, that one I'm just like, I don't want to watch this at all.
Yeah.
This one I'm like, it's boring or it's bland, but
there's still a coherent story you can follow and enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the innkeeper's cute as fuck.
Right.
And ships it.
Ships it harder. Ships that shit harder than FedEx. Already.
She's like, well, the inn's gonna be rocking tonight.
But
So,
yeah,
it
other
has
than
its
that,
moments.
And he's sitting there like, I got the perfect picture.
Dear Diary.
Jackpot.
Yeah, it has its moments, but because you don't really see the main character struggle with anything, you don't get that real isekai feel. He's not a plucky underdog hero you want to root for like a Kazuma or the entire cast of Grimgar. And I think that's a big, big down mark for this series.
So, if I'm going to continue going forward, I'm going to have to mentally prepare myself that this is not an action series. Like it has action,
but
in minute details.
That's not
but
the focus.
It feels more like a slice of life, of a wish fulfillment story.
Feels like Moe Blob. To answer your question, Fantasilian, in Japanese culture, liking sweets and stuff like that is usually seen as a more feminine trait. So, liking and preparing them. So when you see our main character here kind of gush over sweets, it's revealing apparently a more feminine side to him.
I'm not surprised about that. Because he'll never get laid. I mean, he is a harem protagonist after all.
That's true.
Probably
Water.
doesn't have any balls anyway.
Water everywhere.
Create water.
Well,
Even that scene was like underwhelming. It just wasn't what I was expecting.
yeah.
Because as I said before, like right before it happened, I was like, oh, let me guess, he's about to create the Great Flood.
Right, destroy the inn or something. Or,
Nature's beauty.
yeah.
And instead it was like, oh, he overfilled the cup a little bit.
Oh, it's just not nearly enough to destroy something and get him on the innkeeper's shit list, but more than enough to impress the twins, who started gushing equally as much. I mean,
The second and third Great Floods.
I don't know. I feel like I want to rewrite each episode myself, just for fun.
Here's how to make it better.
I think this story was written just for fun. I don't think the author was trying to make a serious isekai story.
Yeah.
This is DeviantArt fan fiction grade writing.
This is Twilight fan fiction.
It does almost feel like somebody wrote it as a little fun project and posted it as a web novel, and then some dumb editor went, we could probably sell this.
They must have been right because it got an anime adaptation.
Right.
I mean, it's good. Maybe that's it. It's good for escapism, if nothing else.
I shall summon dirt. Do not underestimate summoning dirt.
It works for Toph. It works for Gaara. It works pretty damn well, I think.
I was thinking of the way that Kazuma uses summon Earth.
Oh.
Or create Earth. Do not underestimate it. Even the little amounts that he can produce, he can do shit with.
Hell, even without it, a good fist of sand thrown in an opponent's eye is going to give you an advantage.
Well, that's basically what he does. Create Earth. Create air.
But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to episode 2 and 3 to see where this is actually going, because if it continues on like this, as I said, very slice of lifey feel to it, it might get bland rather quickly because it's supposed to be an Isekai series.
Yeah, if it's a Gary Stu story, it might get dropped really quickly.
Yeah.
And again, I still don't know how to feel about it, if I want to continue it or not. Part of me really wants to, part of me really wants to drop it. I don't know.
But I really don't feel like it's even a slice of life. Like, there's so many other better ways to do that. Like, I feel even like Grimgar is a better slice of life.
Agreed.
I mean, it's a slice of a shitty life, but
it's a slice of a life nonetheless, or several really.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, everyday occurrences, see things from characters' point of view.
Yeah, instead of just hitting on like the big events or whatever, it was just going through, how they survived in the beginning of their time in that world.
And once again, though, we come back to the quality of a good isekai hero. They have a personality, and they have a struggle to struggle against that makes you want to cheer for them. They're the plucky underdogs.
But this is like one of those slice of lives that don't really have that deep of substance.
Normally, we just call that moe blob.
Yeah.
It just so happens that the main character is a male, which is rare for moe blob.
So it's like that Art Club one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
where it's kind of
Kenobi.
Yeah, it's kind of just like
there.
They have their episodic little drama, and they deal with it, and it just
I still think
keeps
Kenobi
going.
is a better story than this, though. Because once again, I mean, the characters have faults. They seem more human. They're more relatable, and you can laugh out loud a lot more at their antics. Here, has been said, before, throughout this discussion, the characters are just flat.
Yeah, even the female characters are pretty flat, which is normally the characters that are supposed to not be flat in a harem story.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like the really...
They're supposed to be the
ones.
characters that you're going to the story for.
Yeah, they're the ones that have to deal with the main guy's shit all the time. The ones making up for, I guess, his incompetence or something, or I guess in the case of Konosuba, adding to the total incompetence.
The ending? They're not flat at all.
Rot. Personality-wise.
As we saw in the opening, there's plenty of flavors there.
Something for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not vanilla like the ice cream.
It was... Yeah, I don't know, it wasn't bad enough for me to really hate it, but it wasn't good enough for me to go, for me to be like, well, I really am looking forward to this next week.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. What I'm looking forward to is just seeing like where the end is going to be.
Just get some glimpse of where the story's going.
Is it going to be that, like I said, very weird slice of life-y, slice of life-y?
So you just want to see where it's headed, not necessarily follow it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at analogy time. So you're going to be like Moses just before the Israelites reach Canaan.
Wow.
For those who never read the Exodus in its entirety, spoiler alert, but Moses doesn't reach the promised land. He dies just short, but he sees the Israelites getting there.
I thought that was his brother Aaron.
No, Aaron takes over.
Okay.
Because the rock and the water incident.
Well, the whole thing with Moses was that he was supposed to die before, or when he saw it. And then he saw it from like a mountaintop or some bullshit like that.
I mean, yeah.
And God was like, "It's in the contract."
Or with the whole like water from the stone incident, Moses fucked up. He went against God, and that was his punishment: was to never enter the promised land.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting at here.
You have brought up my most hated biblical story.
Really?
Yes. Absolutely despise that story. Anyway.
Never mind.
Wow, this conversation took a weird turn. See, weird things happen when we watch shit series.
We talk too much about it, and weird stuff comes up.
Anyway. So, let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, and if you're interested in joining in our completely insane antics on Discord, ask for it in the comments below.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. Let our Moe Blop go.
See you next time.